Okay, so welcome back. In this video, we are gonna see what are CSS selectors and why are they used. Also, then we'll move on to Bootstrap and see their usage. Okay, so the three CSS selectors that we are gonna focus on are element, class, and ID. Now there are way more other ways of selecting an element, but we are gonna see these first, and those methods we will see in later stages. So let's make a new project and name it as to-do list. And this will open a new file right here, HTML5. Just repeat these steps and remove extra code. Now, so we have to make a to-do list. Let's give this first a heading. Give it a heading as to-do list. Then we have to create the list. So we'll write here UL tag. Inside that we'll give the li tag. First, let's give it a input as the type equals to checkbox. Then write the value as walking. Now copy this. So we have created three items. The list which contains three items. Save this and open this with live server, and you can see a list appears. Now this is not functional, it is just a basic skeleton. You can click these buttons here. Okay, so let's style them now. So first method of styling, as I have already shown in the previous video, is by selecting the element. So that was the first method we are gonna focus on. So let's revise that. Let's create a non-existent style sheet first here. Style dot CSS. So we have already created this. Okay, we have created this here in the last video, so you can see this file here. Just give its reference here and open this file, and let's move this all. So the first we have to change the heading. So I will change the heading's color and give it a color of red. Close this, save this, and now again you can see the color of the heading has changed. Now let's change the color of these li tags. So you can see that we want to change the color of the walking that is written there. So how can we do that? Simple, just as we are selecting the elements by the tags by their element name. So we'll write here li color as blue, put a semicolon, save, and the color changes to blue. Now I think the font size is quite small, so we can increase that also. We'll write here font size and give it a value of 30 pixels. Save this, see the change. Let's increase the font size of the heading also. Give it a value of 60 pixels. Save this and see the change. Now let's see how we can select an element using a class. For that we'll go to the code. Let's just add a new element here and give it text as dog and give it a class which takes the value, which is the name of the class, as color change. Select this, copy this and paste it here and here and save this. Now go to the style sheet file and write the name of the class and give its color as yellow. And now save this. Now see, we have added a p tag here within with a value as dog, but the color does not change to yellow. Why does this happen? This is happening because whenever we write a class, we have to use the dot operator before that. So just write here dot and save this. So you can see now the color has changed to yellow. You can add more classes to this class tag. Let's create another classes here. We can write here as dot. If you want to write a class that changes its font size, so we can write here dot font and give it a font size as you can say 100 pixels, and you can also give another thing like if you want to change the font family, so you can write it here as font family, and you can change the font to something like Verdana and save this. Now you have to add this class here. Just write here font, here also font, and here also font. Save this, and you can see the font and the size of this attribute, which is the p tag, has changed. Now if you see, what is the advantage of using classes is that if I want to change the font size to the original, I need not make the change to every tag here. I just have to write here, I just have to remove this property from here. If I save this, and you can see the font size now reduces to all the tags. So the another way of selecting elements is using the ID. For using ID, you have to move the cursor to the element and give it an attribute of ID and give its value, whatever name you want to give to the ID. I want to give it a name as border, as I want to apply a border to this tag. Now remember that IDs are unique for an element. You cannot give the same IDs to different elements. As you have seen, we can apply a same class to different tags, but not IDs. Each tag, if you want to give it an ID, it should be unique. Just like you have roll numbers in your school, that is unique. The IDs are also unique. So I'll give it a ID as border. Save this, move to the style sheet file, and provide it with a border. I'll write the ID name. Now, as we have written a dot before the classes to identify them, we will write a hash symbol here to identify it as a ID. So border ID, now we want to provide it a border. So I will write here border and give it a value of, first we have to give the size of the border. So it would be, I will give it as 2 pixels. Its color, it's a shape. You can say the way it should be dashed, or it should be a complete line. So I'll give it here as solid, and the color as red. Now save this, and you can see that this ally tag has now got a border around. Similarly, we can provide different borders to different attributes. If I want similar, I'll give this an ID as border 2. Save this. Just copy this here, write here the ID name as border 2 and give it a value of blue. Save this, and you can see the second element of the list has got a border of blue color. So this is how IDs are used to select elements. Okay, so now let us see what is Bootstrap. Now Bootstrap is a platform that provides various features that we can simply add to our projects with a few lines of code. For example, let us see how we can make a beautiful button using Bootstrap. Now if I go here and click here components, and then I'll go to buttons. Now you can see that they have shown here a button. Now this tag is for the for this button. Now if I just add a class this to a button, it would get all the styling that this button has. Now in our code, make a button and give it a type as submit. Close this, provide it some text, and save this. Now if you see the button here, you can see a button, but it's not that styled up and it does not look that good. So now we'll see what happens if we include this class here. Copy this and paste this here. And in the browser window, you won't see any change right now. Why that is happening? Because we have not included the Bootstrap CDN. Go back to the introduction page, and you can see this CDN here. It has a copy option here. Copy this and paste this in your file. Now as you save this, you can see our button has changed and it has all these borders and its color and all looks a little more sophisticated and more attractive. So if we give another class to this button, uh, let's select another class. Like if I want to select this class, copy this and paste this here. Save this, and now you can see the style of our button has changed. So you can see how Bootstrap has helped us to provide styling to our button without writing any code, in the CSS file. If we have to do the same, we have to write a lot of things in the CSS file, like color, its border radius, its padding, and a lot of things. So this is how Bootstrap reduces our work. So if you like this video, do share this and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and happy learning.